What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Stan of SJ Square Photography, bringing you back another video today. Now, today's video is going to be all about clip-in filters. I have partnered with this company called Kolari Vision. They sent me out a couple of ND filters, clip-in ND filters. Matter of fact, just not any regular clip-in ND filters, but magnetized clip-in filters. Now, I am a huge fan of clip-in filters. I have been using clip-in filters since the beginning of my YouTube channel when I had the A6300. That company that I bought their clip-in ND filter was called STC Optics. I absolutely loved them. And then when I moved over to the A7S III, I went ahead and bought another brand called Case clip-in ND filter. So I am a huge component of ND filters. Now, this Kolari, I'm gonna go ahead and show you right here. Here is the case right here. Now, Kolari, these things are absolutely awesome. So far, so good. Now, this is going to be my very first impression of them, and I'm just going to go ahead and let you know ahead of time that I love them. Now, the reason why I love them is because they're magnetized clip-in filters. Now, with other clippers, I'm just gonna go ahead and say with Case is the one I've been dealing with recently. There is just a little bit, I just don't like it. I don't like it as much. So it just kind of always makes me a lot nervous when using that clip-in filter. And the reason why it makes me a whole lot nervous of using that clip-in filter, because as the A7S III owner right here, here's my baby. The mechanical shutter does not shut down when the thing turns off. So when using clip-in filters, you know, that always makes me nervous because you know, you don't have no sensor coverage. So like some of the other newer cameras, I think the A7R5 and you know, 7IV, they all got to where you know, you can shut down the mechanical shutter closes and it protects the sensor. Now with my A7S III, I don't have that, unfortunately, but again, it always just made me nervous. Even when I had the A6300, it made me as nervous because the A6300 clip-in filter, which was it was the first gen of it, it just was a little bit loose. It wasn't really form-fitting, so I really didn't have any issues with that. But with the Kolari Visions, they're clip-in and they're magnetized. So here they are right here. Give you a nice little look at those things. Very, very nice. Now, another thing that makes these things very, very special is that the fact that I have a 1/4 mist and then I have a 1/4 6-stop ND filter. Now these are amazing. Now I have not seen any other company, as of my knowledge right now, that offers like a mist clip-in filter as well as a mist ND 6-stop filter. Now this right here was really, I have not seen any company really kind of have those so far. Now of course with mist filters, what they normally do is they just go ahead and they diffuse the light a little bit to make the skin tones a little bit softer, and they always just kind of bloom the highlights of your image. Now we'll go ahead and pop up a little test footage so you can see the blooming of what it does with and without the filter. And that's pretty much what a mist filter does. Now with the work I've been doing, you know, I've been doing like a lot of video portraits here lately. So that's what I'm really excited to use these for, is because I've been getting that soft look in post-production. I've been using a couple of things of the Fusion and the editing tool that I use. So I always been getting that soft look in post-production. So it's going to be kind of awesome to actually have it go ahead and do it in camera for me. Now, as far as this other thing go, as far as the color cast and things of that nature, it looks pretty good to me. Now, you know, I ain't very technical with things like that. So to me, it looks pretty good. It doesn't look any different. Like once again, you can look at those clips I'm going to show you with and without the haze filter on there. Now, the reason why I got a 6-stop, now this company also, Kolari, they also have a ton of other clip-in filters. They have just not regular, they have regular ND filters, a 3, a 6, and a 10-stop that you can get. And of course they have the mist filters combined with the 3 or the ND filter, 3 and 6 only. They don't have a 10-stop of that. And then in a different strength. So they have a 1/4, they have an 1/8, and they have a 1/2, just different strengths of that. And also they have tons of other things, but what I'm gonna be focusing on is really just the mist, because that's what I'm gonna be using in my video portraits. Now, the good thing about these filters that I absolutely love, and the biggest advantage of reason why I like clip-in filters, because you don't have to worry about buying a regular traditional ND filter, then buying step-up rings, and then, you know, just doing that whole mess of things. And you may have to buy a different one if you don't deal with step-up rings, and you might have to buy different sizes. And clip-in filters, you have to worry about that because it goes directly on the sensor, and you'll be able to change your lens at will very fast. And that's exactly what I love about them. I'm okay with that. Now, with traditional filters as well, you know, they do have an advantage as well because you can really just dial in, and you got to understand, once you have these clip-in filters on your sensor, you're pretty much just stuck. Now that doesn't really bother me at ton at all, because I would rather just change my ISO or change my aperture to achieve, you know, saying the proper exposure. For me, I don't care about having noise in my images. Yes, would it be nice to keep at base? I would try to do it at my base, and I would try to go more changing my aperture first. But if not, then I will have no problem changing my ISO. That's just me personally, because we all use noise reduction in post anyway. So I don't care about having a little bit of grain, because I'm going to use noise reduction regardless of the situation. I always use it anyway. So that really doesn't bother me. I always use a gimbal a lot during my video portraits. So with that being said, now I use the 20 to 40. I showed you this on the recent videos. I use the 20 to 40 Tamron. I used to use the 28 to 75, which is filming me right now, and I use the 85 doing all my video portrait works, and I usually do it on a gimbal. Now, the good thing about all three of them lenses is that I can switch them with ease on the gimbal without having to recalibrate it, because they're all relatively the same size, and it's really just micro adjustments. And of course, the motors are a little bit stronger than what you need them in gimbals anyway, so they'll be able to handle. So I don't have to resize anything. So that's a good advantage for me about why I like clip-in filters. Now, if you had a step-up ring or traditional ones, of course you would probably have to, because you have this big bulbous on the outside of your rings, and you may have to change up depending on the lens. So the gimbal, you know, you may have to change that gimbal and recalibrate it depending on the lens. But with clip-in filters, you really don't have that. Now, so that's my excitement and first impression of these Kolari filter. So what I'm going to do is just kind of show you right now how exactly to put them in, which is absolutely a piece of cake. And I'm going to tell you another reason why I did not like the case filters. Now, what I did not like, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what ahead of time about the case filter. What I did not like about the case filters, this is by case. As you can see right here, these are case filters, right? This is what I've been using for my Sony a7S III. Now, once again, I do like it, but once again, you got to understand that it does not, it's a very, very tight squeeze, right? It's a very, 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 very tight squeeze. So in order to get this thing out, as you can see at the top of these things, you see those little ball pins right there? That's what makes it a very, very tight squeeze. And necessarily, you don't need it to be this tight inside cameras. You can give it a little wiggle room, but this thing is so tight with when you have, and another thing is that when you go into get it out, you have to go like this into the sensor. So this pick is going into the sensor, and this thing is so tight, once you pull it up, you can I've done it a few times where I put it up too much and that thing kind of goes sideways and almost go into my sensor. And I learned how to adjust it a little bit at a time, but it always just makes me nervous. So I never really stopped using this case filter because it just always made me nervous of taking this thing out. But now with the Kolari Visions, oh my God, this thing is absolutely easy to put on. This right here is the A filter. Once again, it is super, super duper easy to do this. All you do is just match it up. Boom, bam, it's over and done with. Look how easy it is. And it's just super, super easy. It's not a lot of force. It got a little wiggle room. As you can see, let me go ahead and make sure it has a little wiggle room where it's not so tight. And that's what I like about it, because now I can just simply just do that and get it out. That's simple. So that's what I'm really, really, really enjoying these a lot better, simply because of this right here. You can just put it in as ease, you're done with, it's over your sensor. And then right after that, you just put your lens on. So it's nothing really extravagant, you know, you just put your lens on and it closes just with ease. Voila, now the lens is on with ease, just like that. So, and you just take the thing off, just as so, and right there, is the Kolari Vision earring. So that's what I'm really enjoying about this, is that the fact that it's so easy. This is my first impression video of this. So definitely, I'm just really excited just because the ease of use. So they already got me sold already for the ease of use of these things and just taking them in and out. So, but now, like I said, be on the lookout with these guys. I'm going to, of course, do some more videos with this. And of course, if you want to buy them, look down in the description box below. There will be a link for you to go ahead and reach out and go ahead and buy them if you into clip-in filters. Now, if you like my work, please consider yourself subscribing to my channel. And to the next video. Peace.